I'm going to be clear for the moment, and I'm turning it over to KC5RBG.
Yeah, I'd love to if I'm awake. I'll tell you, I got to sleep about 7:15 this morning. Woke up about 1:30, and I've been tired all day. Hopefully I'll be awake. I'm sure hoping so anyway. I'm sure trying to stay awake. I'd like to get sleep later tonight. KC5RBG, over to you, Bob.
This is K8LYJ. Yeah, I kind of figured I'd linger and play around on the net, see if I could answer a trivia question or two. Like I said, normally we've got some friends over. We do a game night every Sunday night, but last couple Sundays the weather's just been too lousy. And didn't get on the net last week, watched TV with the XYL instead, but thought I'd tune in and net around tonight. Yeah, back to you. This is K8LYJ.
This is KE8VZA. I am your pre-net control station tonight for the Beacon Net pre-show, which will start at the bottom of the hour. We have about a minute and a half-ish until maybe 2 minutes. About a minute and a half. No, I can't do math tonight. About 2 minutes until the net starts, until the pre-net starts. So if you'd like to get on the list, please give me a call.
This is Kilo Alpha 8, Lima Yankee Juliet, KA8LYJ, Bob in beautiful blustery Barberton.
KC5, Real Big Guns, Shannon in Tulsa.
I5TAQ in Baofeng, Oklahoma.
KE8VZA return. There we go. We picked up KA8LYJ, Bob in blustery Barberton, and K5RBG, Shannon, and KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. I picked you up, Tim, from the blue screen, so you're in there for sure. You're all in there. So any other stations? We have about a little under 2 minutes now, about a minute and a half. So if you want to get in early before the pre-show, you can give me a call now.
Okay, what time?
KE8VZA returning. I heard a short time station out there. If you could please come back with your call sign so I can get you in the log.
Yeah, this is the AFI Chevy Manitoba. Go ahead and I got traffic. Can I go ahead and be in and out real quick?
Yeah, that's fine, Matt. I will put you in and out on the log tonight. Good to hear you. And 73.
Yeah, headaches are good. I was playing Batman and ate hamburger and all that. It's kind of the usual. Did laundry and everything, so that's all I got. You guys have a good, safe week out there and stay warm. 73 from Tulsa, Oklahoma. But currently 32 degrees. About to take a chill. Thank you.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
W8WKY.
QST, QST, QST. This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA, Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie is my handle, and I am on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. Frequency is 47, Mark 390, with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can also connect to us via the Allstar system, node number 48496, or Echolink W8WKY-R. This is the Beacon Net. This is a pre-show for the Beacon Net. Beacon Net is on this frequency every Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. with check-ins at 9:30 Eastern Time. And let's see, this is a controlled pre-net. I ask that all traffic come through net control. Emergency and urgent traffic break in at any time. At this point, I'll take a break for any urgent or emergency traffic. Okay, hearing nothing. Please keep in mind that this net is linked to several different repeaters, and so please, when you key up, give yourself about half a second or so before you start talking, and likewise on the end of your transmission, so that we hear everything you say and that all the links reset. So with that, we'll go ahead and go up to the top of our list and go through our net control team here. Infamous Mickey Mouse roll call. First up is our net control station tonight, and that is Dustin, KD8EPC, filling in for Nick. So, how you doing tonight, Dustin?
KE8VZA and the Beacon Net pre-show. Good evening to you, Erica. All is well here. We're ready for the big show, as ready as we're going to be. It was a long day, very slippery roads and nasty weather. Otherwise, Eric, if you can turn up your power a little bit, you had a lot of popcorning in there with you on that last transmission, but might clear up. It was good for a second, then it got pretty noisy. But otherwise, I'll turn it back over to you. Have a great rest of the pre-net, and we'll be ready for the big show. This is KD8EPC, back to pre-net control.
All right, very good, Dustin. Thanks for the signal report. I am at max power already, so you're also bringing in some popcorn, so it might, I don't know if my popcorn was worse than yours. You can't hear what I'm hearing for you, but I don't know if it's something just in the air tonight, but I'll keep an eye on it, I guess. I don't know what else I can do here. But anyway, thanks, Dustin. We'll clear with KD8EPC. And next on the list, we'll see if he's around. KE8QKO, Nick at Night. Are you out there? Okay, hearing nothing. That's probably the reason he's off tonight. Okay, next on our list is Just Nick, KD8SLG. How you doing, Just Nick? Out there, or are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. Yeah, I think that noise just might be snow on everybody's antennas. So maybe we talk it up for a while and melt it off. Things will get better. And yeah, I plan on sticking around as long as I can. You know, I plan on living forever. So far, so good. I'll stick around tonight, but, you know, so far, So good. 88 SLG, back to deck control.
All right there, Nick. I guess I'm doing okay too then. All right. Good to hear you tonight. Hope recuperation continues to go well. And got you on the log here. We look forward to talking to you in a little bit. We'll clear with KD8SLG and go on down and see if WHHRF is here tonight. Josh, are you out there? Are you sticking around tonight? How are you? KE8VZA returning, hearing nothing. We'll go on down to the next station, KE8Y2K Lucy. Are you out there tonight, Lucy? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? Okay, hearing nothing. They usually travel in a pair there, so anyway. Next on our list is KI5DAY Alan. Are you out there yet, Alan? And how you doing tonight?
Kilo India 5 Delta Alpha Yankee. Yeah, I'm here. Just hanging out, chilling, getting warm again. I let it get too cool in here, so I'm warming it up a bit, and I'm here and ready. KI5DAY.
All right, very good, Alan. Good to hear you tonight. Good to hear Larry. And got you on the log here, of course. Looking forward to the alt trivia in a bit. And we'll clear it with KI5DAY. And let me read you who I have on the list thus far. AB8MO Andy, KI5TAQ Taco Tim, K5CFY Ray, W3ETB Eddie, KA8LYJ Bob, KC5RBG Shannon, and AF5JB Matt, who was in and out. Okay, at this point, we'll go ahead and take some more check-ins, and then we'll work the list. So if you want to get on the log, please give me a call.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, India Tango Kilo. Kilo Juliet 5, India Tango Kilo, Scott in Waco, Texas.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Foxtrot Tango. KE8 QFT, Fred in Medina. Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Romeo, KE8 ZZR, Harry and Wadsworth.
It's KJ5 IUU, Kilo India.
Kilo Delta 8. Delta 8, Lima, Charlie, KD8 LLC.
All right, I'll pick it up there. KE8VZA returning, very good. We picked up 5 more stations there in that last batch. KJ5ITK, Scott in Waco, Texas. KE8QFT, Fred in sunny Medina, Ohio. KE8ZZR, Harry. KJ5IUU, Scotty in Mississippi. KD8LLC, Robert. in, looks like Chesterland. All right, let's go ahead and work this list. We're going to go up to the top, and that is Andy, AB8MO. How you doing tonight, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
W8WKY.
All right, let's see if 015 has sizzleitis, like 39 apparently has. Half watt and a handheld and a rubber ducky antenna. A little noise, but it's not objectionable, Eric. I hear you just fine. There's some crackle, but it's not bad. So, anyhow, I don't know where Josh and Lucy are. I can't think of who else would link the repeater because I didn't. But I guess it's a good thing because Rob is here, LLC. So I'll ride along. Probably get on another radio that's a little bit better into the repeater than this one is. This is AB8MO, backing up. Very good, Andy. Yeah, you're bringing in a little static as well. Your signal is very good, and your audio is 100% copyable. But yeah, there must be something in the air tonight. So anyway, good to hear you. We'll clear with AB8MO for now, and go down to Taco Tim, KI5TAQ from Balfang, Oklahoma. How you doing tonight, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Oh, good evening there, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I'm going to stick around for the net tonight, and we'll see what those crazy questions could be. We know at least one of them will include, shall we say, a corn waldo bean. Now, which one? Only a corn waldo bean relative knows. This is KI5TAQ.
Yeah, Tim, you never know where those corn waldo beans are going to pop up. They're seemingly everywhere. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log, Tim. We'll clear with KI5TAQ. I am KE8VZA with the BeaconNet pre-show on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. And we're going through our list of check-ins so far. And next on the list is K5CFY Ray. How you doing tonight, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha. This is K5CFY. Good evening there, Eric. Great job on the pre-net here. We appreciate it. And, yes, I'm definitely going to hang around. We'll let you get on down the list. We'll be listening. K5CFY.
Well, thank you, Ray. Good to hear you tonight. Gotcha on the log, sticking around. We'll clear with K5CFY, and next we'll go down to Eddie, W3ETB. How you doing tonight, Eddie? I see in the blue screen you've got some high winds over there in the Annapolis area. Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Yeah, Eric, I'll be here as long as the wind don't blow me away. We've been having some really, really strong wind gusts. It sounds really rough outside. The lights have been flickering a few times. We did lose power once for a few seconds, but it came back on. So I think what's happening is probably some wind is blowing limbs or something up against the power line somewhere. So I guess if the power does go out here, I may have to switch over to the cell phone and Echolink on the cell phone to be able to keep up with what's going on. Anyway, I'll try to stick around and listen to the questions and get my answers. W3TV, back to net.
All right, Eddie, very good. Find something that's bolted down and hang on. All right. Hope your power stays on. Good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log. We'll clear with W3ETB. And next on the list is KA8LYJ Bob. How you doing tonight, Bob? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
This is KA8LYJ. Yeah, like I was telling folks earlier before the pre-show started, the craptacular weather today ended up having us cancel our normal Sunday night game night, so thought I'd tune into the Sunday night Beaconnet and play around a little bit. So yeah, I'll stick around and answer a couple of questions and see what they came up with this time. This is KA8LYJ.
All right, very good, Bob. Yeah, the weather's been crazy the last 2 days, but yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. It's winter in Northeast Ohio. So, got you on the log there, Bob. We'll clear with KA8LYJ. And next on the list is Shannon, KC5RBG, Real Big Guns. How you doing tonight, Shannon? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Howdy, KC5, Real Big Guns. And yeah, I think I'll hang around. Hopefully I'll stay awake. I'm going to be trying real hard. But yeah, I'm going to try to stay around. KC5RBG.
All right, Shannon, give it your best shot. Good to hear you tonight. And got you on the log, is sticking around. Good to hear you. Or yeah, I said that. Good to hear you. We'll clear with KC5RBG. And after Shannon was Matt, AF5JB, who checked in earlier and is in and out tonight. And after that, we have KJ5ITK, Scott, in Waco, Texas. How you doing tonight, Scott? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Well, thank you for letting me in tonight. I appreciate it. No, I probably won't be sticking around. It's nearing my bedtime, and probably won't be sticking around tonight. But I appreciate you letting me in, and I did get antenna up in there today. I've been working on it the last couple of days, but got a UHF, VHF antenna up, and it seems to be working good, so I'm happy for that. But no, y'all carry on, and appreciate you letting me in. KJ5ITK.
Okay, very good, Scott, and congrats on the antenna installation. If that's what you're talking on now, it sounds really good into your repeater down there, I bet. So good to hear you. Come back when you can stick around for a while. I got you on the log in and out tonight. So 73, Scott, we'll clear with KJ5ITK, and go on down to Fred, KE8QFT. How you doing tonight, Fred? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8QFT here. Yes, I'll only be around until, well, I'll be around to hear the questions anyway, Eric. I'll probably be around till 2300 or so. Maybe 11:30. We got a little snow here. KE8QFT, back to net control. Or pre-net.
All right, very good, Fred. Good to hear you tonight. Yeah, we got some snow here, too. Just a little bit to the north of you. Yep, had to break out the snowblower one more time here. Probably we'll do it again, I bet, before spring. But anyway, par for the course. Good to hear you, Fred. Got you on the log, sticking around. We'll clear with KE8QT. And next on the log here is KE8ZZR, Harry. How you doing tonight, Harry? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
W8WKY.
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Eric. Yes, I'll be hanging around for the big show there. So I'll turn it back to you. This is KE8ZZR.
All right, good deal, Harry. Good to hear you tonight. Hope you're staying warm down there. We'll clear with KE8ZZR. Got you on the log. Sticking around. And next we'll go down to KJ5IUU. Scotty over in Mississippi. How you doing tonight, Scotty? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Well, good evening, everyone. Yes, I plan on staying around for the big show. Doing pretty good down here in Mississippi. It just didn't turn to 35 degrees outside. We was 80 degrees yesterday. Big storm moved through, and now we got the cold weather coming back through for us. But other than that, doing well. And I'll turn this back over to Net. This is KJ5IUU.
All right, Scotty, good to hear you tonight. Good to hear that you are enduring the radical weather changes down there, or at least the temperature changes. We'll clear with KJ5IUU. Got you on the log, sticking around. And next is KD8LLC. Robert, how you doing tonight, Robert? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Hello, Net Control and everybody else on the net. I'm planning on it. I'll find out and see what in the world my wife's plans are for me. But aside from that, I'm planning on it, and I enjoy it.
Very good, Robert. Good to hear you tonight. We'll go ahead and leave you on the log there. If the XYL intervenes and you don't come back when we call on you, we understand. Good to hear you. Got you on the log. KD8LLC, we'll clear with you. I am KE8BZA with the BeaconNet pre-show on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. And I'm looking for some more check-ins. We have about 7.5 minutes before the top of the hour and the big show starts. So if you would like to get on the log now, give me a call.
KD2HCE, spinning the revolving door, 7-3, everybody.
Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo with W8HRF Mobile, and Betty says hi.
Alpha 8, Charlie Tango.
Now, KC8, Fox Queen Victor, KSFQA Mark.
All right, I'll pick it up there. All right, very good. We picked up 5 more stations there. First was KD2HCE, Chris, in and out through the revolving door. Got you on the log here, Chris. 73, thanks for checking in. And then we had KE8YUK, Lucy, and W8HRF, Josh, who are mobile. So we got you on the log there as mobiles. And let's see, I'm typing as I go here. And after that, we had Craig, AA8CT, and then KC8FQV Mark. So let's go up and touch base with our two mobile stations here. Lucy, KE8YUK. How you doing tonight, Lucy? And are you and Josh going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VKA, KE8YUK. We're driving on very scary roads, but so far so good. Betty wants me for some reason, but we will be sticking around.
right, very good. Got you both on the log, sticking around. And be careful out there on those roads. I was out a little earlier, and it was, a little crazy in spots. But thanks for checking in. We'll touch base with both of you shortly, W8HRS and KE8YUK. I'm KE8VZA. We'll go down and touch base with our next two check-ins. First one is AA8CT. Craig, how are you doing tonight, Craig? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, Eric, good evening. AA8CT, Craig, I didn't check in with my name. I'm sorry. It was a little breezy down here today with a little bit of snow just to add to some of the fun. I think we got at least, by looking at my porch railing, I'm going to say we got close to at least 3 inches down here, and then it all blew away, most of it. So with that, back to you. You got a lot of check-ins. We're almost to the top of the hour, and yes, I am sticking around for the big show. I will definitely get the questions, and I will answer, but I don't know if I will hear the answers. With that, back to you. Thank you for doing the pre-net, Eric. And this is AA8CT. Back to KE8VZA. Thank you, Eric.
All right, very good, Craig. Well, give it your best shot. And if you don't hear the answers, you'll probably have to Google them in the morning or ask someone on the barometer net. Anyway, we'll clear with AA8CT and got you on the log. And next, we'll go down to KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
All right, yeah, KCFQV. Yeah, I'll be sticking around for the main show. Other than that, we got some snow here. There's probably about a quarter-inch on the road. They haven't plowed. They've been plowing, but they haven't plowed since this last tag started. They probably just said, well, we're going to wait till late tonight, or early morning, actually, and start doing that ritual of plowing and getting them ready for the rush hour. Although tomorrow there may not be a rush hour. Because of President's Day, there may not be a rush hour. So maybe they're going to just not plow them and leave people play around and slide on the roads. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to stick around. So let's send it back to net control. KCFQV.
All right, very good, Mark. Yes, tomorrow is President's Day, so some people have it off. I don't. I have to work. But glad to hear some people have it off anyway. And so there'll be fewer people that I have to deal with on the road. There you go. Turn it around for the better. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Mark. Got you on the log. You have a little bit of an echo going on there. I don't know if you have a monitor radio or something in the background, or if it's just some wonky thing going on. But anyway, FYI. We'll clear with KC8FQV. Got you on the log, Mark. I am KE8VZA with the BeaconNet pre-show. We still have about a minute and a half if you'd like to get on the log. If you don't make it in time, don't worry. Dustin will take some more check-ins after we get the big show rolling. But if you want in now, give me a call. Okay, hearing nothing, KE8VZA here. So I was watching the Daytona 500 off and on today, and they were under a rain delay for a good bit of the day before they actually got the race started. But El Presidente was there, and he took a couple laps on the track in the Beast, the presidential limo, and with a couple of the ubiquitous black SUVs in tow. But he did not do the banking. He stayed on the flat part and didn't go up on the banks, which, I don't know. That car weighs 22,000 pounds. That is incredible. Okay, we're getting down to the wire here. We're going to hear our announcer in less than 10 seconds, so everybody please stand by.
wrong VFO there. Let's try this again. There's no announcement, but good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be your net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-in, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside, various other networks. We asked you to key for a couple seconds before and after you transmit. Make sure you let everything to drop so we can hear everything you have to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Stations that haven't already checked into the pre-show that'd like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, well, Eric must have did a pretty good job getting them, so let's start this thing off right off the rip. Let's go talk to Eric. KVZA, I believe he's got a main trivia for us. What do you have for us tonight, Eric?
KD8EPC, KE8VZA, yes, I have the main trivia. Here we go. What was the first FM radio station to broadcast in stereo in the United States? Your choices are Alpha, KDKA, Pittsburgh, Bravo, WGFM, Schenectady, New York, Charlie, NPR, as in National Public Radio, Delta, WCBS in New York City. I'll take a break and read that a second time. KE8VZA returning with the main trivia question. What was the first FM radio station to broadcast in stereo in the United States? The choices are Alpha, KDKA in Pittsburgh, Bravo, WGFM Schenectady, New York, Charlie, NPR, Delta, WCBS, New York City. I will put this in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thanks so much there, Eric, for a good question. And I might actually know this one, so I'm going to wait till the very end to answer it. So very good there, and thanks again for doing the pre-show and the main trivia there. We really do appreciate it, and the logging, too. And now we're going to go down here to KI5DAY all day long. Alan, the Rubber Chicken Wrangler. How are you and Larry, and what do you have for alternate trivia this evening?
KI5DAY in the net, yeah. Well, Larry's doing okay, but he got into my dad's roofer today, and he keeps what sounds like a hiccup. I'm not sure what it is in a bird, but it's kind of funky sounding. But anyways, yeah, been a long day, been a good day. We got one more warm day tomorrow in the 40s, and it's going to be total chaos in Oklahoma with sub-zero wind chills and snow and all kinds of horribleness. But I think a lot of other people are going to suffer through it too. But yes, I did bring a alternative. I'll let this drop, and I will read it, and you'll have to pay attention. So let me drop this, and here we go. All right, tonight's alternate trivia is, there was a man in New Zealand who famously lost a poker bet in the early 2000s. His bet was legally binding, and sadly for him, he lost the bet in one hand. Which one of these things did the man lose? Was it A, the title to his luxurious penthouse, B, a famous and rare New Zealand artist Charles Godey painting valued at about $1 million, C, his legal name, D, his prized Cornwaldo Bean family ice cream truck? KI5DAY will post at the blue screen.
All right, right, thanks so much there, Alan. Appreciate you doing the alternate trivia, and take care of Larry there. We have a couple of mobiles. We're going to start with them real quick. W8HRF. Good evening, Josh. How are you?
KD8EPC in the net, W8HRF. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to go with whatever Schenectady was, just because I want to say Schenectady. And for Alan's, I'm going to go with Betty Says Hi. Oh, shoot. He lost his legal name. I'm sorry, sir. I left my brights on as you passed. We're heading home from some friend's house, and we left a little later than normal / expected. But, man, I am missing the 4Runner right now. It is in the shop, and we have our Focus, and it's just the front-wheel drive. But it is doing very well. So, Ravenna's roads are not plowed very well right now, but that's to be expected because the snowstorms were still going on. But anyways, I'll throw it back to you, Dustin. Thanks for picking us up. Sorry we missed roll call, but we are here now. So, catch you later. KD8EPC, W8HRF. Thanks all.
All right there, Josh. We got you down for Bravo and Charlie. And hi, Miss Betty. I hear you out there saying hi to us. Good evening. And Josh, can't wait to see you at the meeting. I have a present for you. So we'll say 73 to you, and we're going to go down here to Miss Lucy now, KE8YUK. Good evening.
KD8EPC, KE8YUK. Seconding Josh's opinion of the roads, although I think I'm more scared than he is, but that's to be expected. My feminine nature. Betty also says hi. She was very excited to hear her name on the radio. I'm going to go with Alpha for Eric's question, and I think I'm going to go with, I don't know, Alan's got a really, really good one.
That was a good one.
That is a good one. The legal name is really tempting, but I'm going to mix it up and go with double A's. We'll do double A's. Double A batteries. That's pretty much it for me. Can't wait to have a bigger car back. Betty is almost 2. Yeah, we had a good time seeing friends. It's been a long time since we've seen these friends. Just we either kept getting sick or stuff kept cropping up and getting in the way. So it's been a while, and it was really nice to hang out and see him and visit. And Betty and her buddy Toby had a lot of fun counting to various numbers and running into the couch and face planning, which kept them busy, burnt a lot of energy. It was very funny to watch. That's pretty much it for me. We'll see you guys at the meeting. I'll pass it back to Dustin, KE8YUK. We'll be listening, and God bless everybody. If you're on the road, be careful.
All right there, Miss Lucy. Will you guys be really careful there? Josh drives safely, and we'll catch you guys at the meeting. We got you down for double A's, and hi, Betty. Good to hear you all out there. We're going to say 73, and looks like first on my list here is not mobile tonight in the land of snow and maple syrup. AB8MO, Andy, how are you?
All right. Oh, I'm still on 015, but I guess it's working here. And actually, I'm getting into the repeater better. I can hear myself. I have a monitor on in the background, but unlike somebody else, I bet you can't hear it. So, anyhow, let's see here. I'm going to go with Schenectady just because it's fun to say, just like Josh said. And for Alan, I missed Alan's question, actually, so I guess I'll just go with whatever the Cornwall bean answer is here. Well, yeah, I'll just do that. So, snowy here like everywhere else. Went to church this morning, and actually the roads were okay coming home. I had a great time talking with Josh on the way home. And now Josh, Lucy, and Betty are cruising in a car. I was going to ask where they were. They said Ravenna, so they got a good signal in from Ravenna. But then again, the repeater does cover pretty good in Ravenna, so that doesn't surprise me. They were full quieting in from Ravenna. Boy, I said Ravenna 3 times in one paragraph. I think I'll throw it back to you there, Dustin. I could have taken the net for you, but we're glad that you're feeling better and not too sore. Katie at EPC, this is AP8MO.
All right there, Andy. Well, great to hear you out there tonight. And, yeah, you know, we got a little bit of soreness. It's a little tender tonight, but I just took some ibuprofen before the net, so once that kicks in, we'll be good. But in the meantime, we're quite all right there. It was good to chat with you for a few minutes yesterday, and I'll tell you what, today it was pretty gnarly over here. The other driver called off, so it was just me today. And it was pretty gnarly till about 1:30 or 2 o'clock when they finally caught up with the road. So there you go. We'll say 73 to you for now. Have a great evening, Andy, and we got you down for a Bravo and Delta there. Let's see, next on the list here is KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. Take it away.
Good evening there, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Let me get the questions out of the way first. Main trivia, I'm going to go with B. And for Allen's, well, I'm going to go with D. That's just how I'm going to go. And, yeah, it's been cold around here in the Tulsa Metroplex. Some of the snow got melted off, but we'll see what happens throughout the rest of the week. I'll just turn it back to net control and let you get on down the line. This is KI5TAQ.
All right there, Tim. We'll try to stay warm, and I think it's going to be just as cold here as it is there. They say tomorrow it's going to start getting into the single digits and lower, so yay for us. We're not looking forward to that. We got you down for Bravo and Delta. Stay warm, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, let's go down here to Mr. Ray, K5CFY. Good evening. How you doing?
EPC in the net, K5CFY. Good evening, Mr. Dustin. Thanks for doing the big show. Wave a hand there at Mr. Eric on the keyboard, doing an awesome job as usual. Not much going on here except about the same thing as everybody else. We got a warm day tomorrow, I think up to 40-something, and then the whole bottom falls out. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Let's see. I'm going to go with Betty and Betty. So there you go. I'll give it back to you. K5CFY.
All right there, Ray. Well, thanks for sticking around with us this evening. We got you out for Betty and Betty this evening. And for anybody who doesn't know, you can catch Mr. Ray and all the other wonderful net controllers every day at noon Central Time for the Boredom Breaker net. And that's on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. They run a couple of hours, switch net controls at the top of the hour, and welcome rechecks. So go check them out if you can. Ray, we're going to say 73. Give old Fred a scratch on the ears for us, and we'll catch you on down the log. Next on the list, we're going to go over here to Annapolis and talk to Eddie, W3ETB. How you doing, Eddie?
Hi, Dustin. How's everything going with you? How's that car running? It's running pretty good? Anyway, I'm keeping my eye on the wind speed thing on the weather station here, and the backyard showed about 15 miles per hour a few minutes ago, and it just did 9.8. Now it dropped down to 5.8. So if any winds get higher than 50 miles per hour, I think I have to go towards the safe place in the house, you know, and maybe hide. So there's only one place in my house that's really relatively safe, and that's the downstairs half bath. And it would just barely hold me and the wife, so hopefully we'd be all right. We have had a tornado here in the area quite a few years ago. Actually went right past us, maybe a mile or two to the north and out over the bay, but didn't do any damage here. So, you know, my main concern, of course, is just that the power line don't go out, so that we don't lose all of our electricity. So who knows how long it's going to take to put that back together again. So, and with the cold weather coming on, you know, some days it's like, you know, it was 61 degrees today, but then other days it's down to 40, so you're up it's 20 degrees higher, the next day it's 20 degrees lower. So we got some crazy weather. I'm longing for the weather that we used to have, where it was basically a nice, mild winter, and we only had maybe 1 or 2 inches of snow for the whole winter. I'm going for that. Anyway, let's get these questions out of the way. For the main trivia question, I'm going with D, and for the alternate, I'm going with C. I think it was C, or maybe it was the other way around. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think it was C for the alternate and D for the main. Anyway, have a great evening there, Dustin, and we'll talk to you later. W3 TV, back to that.
All right there, Eddie. Well, I hope the wind doesn't get too powerful for you there, and you keep power and all that good stuff. We got you down for Charlie and Bravo for the trivias, and car's running real good here. All is well in the world. We're just recovering from several tooth extractions there this past week. So there you go. Eddie 73, be safe, have a good night, and we'll look forward to talking to you probably again there Wednesday. That's going to bring me on down to Chuck now. K8LYJ, good evening, my friend. How you doing? This is Tape KD8EPC. Take it away.
KD8EPC, K8LYJ. The handle here is actually Bob, Bravo, Oscar, Bravo. And I'm doing all right. For the trivia tonight, I'm going to go District of Columbia, Delta and Charlie. I think those might be the appropriate answers. And I'll turn it back to you, K8LYJ.
All right, Bob, good to hear you out there. And yeah, I know you're Bob. I don't know why I called you that, but good to hear you, my friend. We got you down for Delta and Charlie. Good to hear you before the net, too. And sorry you got to miss out on your game night tonight. We're going to say 73, and that's going to bring me over to Shannon now. KC5, Real Big Guns. Good to hear you earlier. Take it away.
Thank you there, Dustin. KC5, Real Big Guns. And, of course, you already know what the trivia answers are going to be there. I'm pretty regular on that. And just trying to prepare for the cold front we're going to have coming in this week. I don't know if I'm going to have... I'm hoping I'm going to have everything where it's... warm enough that it's not going to freeze over. I think I got all the vents under the house closed. The generator is ready to get out if needed. I think that ought to be pretty good. At least I'm sure hoping. I don't need anything bad. Anyway, good talking to you there, Dustin. And I'm going to still try to hang around the end of the net there. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. God bless, and 73. Back to net control.
All right there, Shannon. We'll try to stay warm this week, and we got you down for the great state of Oklahoma, because that's never the wrong answer, and everybody knows that. Great to hear you, and hopefully you can stick around. I'd love to have a chat with you, my friend. We're going to say 73 to Shannon, and AF5JB and KJ5ITK. We're in and out. That's going to bring me down to Uncle Fred, QFT. What's going on the north end of town, Uncle Fred?
W8WKY.
Well, you know how it gets here on the north side. Oh, boy, I don't know. I think we got about 3 or 4 inches of snow out there on the patio. And whopping 23 degrees. In the trivia, I'm going to say Bravo and Alpha. And if anyone wants to invest, I suggest I might go to the bank, get a loan, and buy a couple dozen eggs. You make a killing on them right now. K8QFT, back to net control.
All right there, Uncle Fred. Well, last I heard, the Amish lottery is up to 4 dozen eggs there. We got you down for Bravo and Alpha. Stay warm, and we'll catch you on down the log. Let's jump on over to Wadsworth now and talk to Harry, KE8ZZR. Good evening. How are you?
Hey, good evening, Dustin. This is KE8ZZR, and good evening to everybody else on the net. Nice job there, Eric, with the pre-net. And not much happening here, as everybody says. It's snowing out there. So I think we got 3 inches when I reported my snow findings to National Weather Service at 7 o'clock. We had 3 inches of snow today. 0.9 inches or 0.90 inches of rain last night from midnight to 8 o'clock this morning. So it was quite a mess out there. With the trivia questions, I am going to go with the main trivia is B as in boy, and the alternate C as in Charlie. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Dustin. This is KE8ZZR, clear.
All right there, Harry. Well, great to hear you out there this evening, and thanks for the weather report there and your findings. Several inches sounds about right. I haven't looked since I got home from work, but it was still snowing pretty heavily about 3:30 or 4 o'clock when I rolled into the house this afternoon. So 73, thanks again for joining us, and we'll look forward to probably catching you down the log here real soon. Next on the list is going to be Scotty, KJ5IUU. How you doing?
Well, good evening again, everyone. This is KJ5IU. You're doing great here in the great state of Mississippi. Went from 80 degrees yesterday, and then a big storm come through. We had about 60-mile-an-hour winds down here. We all kind of went to the center of the house and hunkered down for a little while, till it blew over. And now we're sitting here about 34 degrees, and the temperature's steadily falling. So got the nice cold front moving into us that most of the people are starting to experience. But other than that, things have been going well, and I picked me up went to a little ham swap meet a couple of weeks ago and picked me up a nice used ICOM 756 Pro, and been getting myself out on the HF bands and stuff, just working my new general class license a little bit. So just been enjoying the hobby, and that's really been the whole big purpose of all this. So I'll turn this over back to Net. This is KJ5IUU.
All right there, Scotty. Well, I hope you get to enjoy that new radio a lot. And yeah, that cold front's on its way here, too, unfortunately. Before you go, I think I may have missed them. Did you want to take a shot at the trivia answers? All right, we'll say 73 to you, Scotty. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on down the log. Next on the list is Robert, KD8LLC. Good evening. All right, one more time there, KD8LLC. Robert, are you out there? All right, he may have been in and out there. That's going to bring me down to Craig, AA8CT. Take it away.
KD8EPC, AA8CT. Good evening, Dustin. A beautiful day here. It wasn't 70 and it wasn't sunny, so I guess we'll have to settle for 24 and windy with about 3 inches of snow. Oh, well, it's Ohio. My answers for the trivia are going to be Bravo and Charlie. Have no other reason. I guess I kind of like the idea that Schenectady is kind of a cool-sounding word, so I guess we'll go with that. With that, you've got quite a list to work, so I'll give it back to you, and I do appreciate both you and Eric and what you do and keep this thing going, and it seems to
to hold its own or grow sometimes, and that's wonderful. So with that, KD8EPC, this is AAHCT, back to you. Have a wonderful evening, and as always, thank you for what you do.
All right there, Craig. Well, thanks for stopping by. We couldn't do all this without all the wonderful check-ins that we get. We really appreciate each and every one of you. So we got you on for Bravo and Charlie. We're going to say 73. Have a great night, and stay warm this upcoming week. We'll catch you on down the log. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. Next on my list, in the bottom of my current list, KC8FQV. Mark, how are you? One more time, KC8FQV. Mark, are you there?
Well, I'm going to say BB. KC8FQV. I'm going to say BB. And you have delays in all this stuff, Dustin, because I'm going through the 015 machine. So it has to identify it, it has to reset. So I'm going to send it back to net. So I'm going to say BB, KC8FQV.
All right, Mark, we got you down for B&B, and thank you. I'm quite well aware how link systems work. I don't need educated. All right, we're going to say 73 to you, Mark. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for more check-ins. Please call now.
Whiskey 2, Juliet Lima, Sierra, John and Farallon.
Kilo Juliet 5, Alpha Tango Alpha, guy from Georgetown, Texas.
Boy, that's two really good ones there. We got W2JLS John, and I have KJ5ATA, a guy. Let's start here with John, W2JLS. Good evening. How are you, my friend?
KD8EPC, this is W2JLS. How you doing, buddy? Evening on your ears. Ears are probably cold. It's really crazy how cold it's going to get, and I can't imagine, like, with all the wet that we just had, how that's going to go tomorrow, but hopefully they've got the roads cleared better than my driveway. I don't know if this is a good time to beg for a reread on the questions because it's getting late in the net, but I'm familiar with the primary question, to which my answer is Bravo Schenectady, WDFM. The other question I didn't connect the dots. I don't know if I could beg for a reread. What do you say, buddy?
I've got to tell you, John, we haven't had a reread yet, so we'll reread them both for you. So let's start with Eric, KEVZA. Would you please give us a quick reread on the main trivia?
W8WKY.
KD8EPC, the group KE8VZA here with the main trivia question. What was the first FM radio station to broadcast in stereo in the United States? Choices are Alpha, KDKA, Pittsburgh, Bravo, WGFM, Schenectady, New York, Charlie, NPR, Delta, WCBS, New York City. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thanks so much there, Eric. Let's go over to Alan now. KI5DAY all day long for a reread of the alternate trivia.
KI5DAY, yeah, I will reread the alternate trivia. Here we go. A man in New Zealand famously lost a poker bet in the early 2000s. His bet was legally binding, and sadly for him, he lost the bet in one hand. Which one of these things did the man lose? Was it A, the title to his luxurious penthouse, B, a famous and rare New Zealand artist Charles Godey painting valued at about $1 million, C, his legal name, D, his prized Cornwall being family ice cream truck? KI5DAY, back to that.
All right, thanks so much there, Alan. Let's jump back on over to John, W2JLS. Take it away there, John.
W2JLS returning from down here in the radio room tonight, Dustin, not just on the Echolink. So, let's see, I'm going to go with, it's kind of maybe a wild guess. I have no clue who this individual was, but I'm going to guess that he lost his name. Maybe some of those other things too, I don't know. But that seems like a crazy kind of answer, so I'm going to roll with that. Anyway, it's good hearing you tonight, buddy. I wasn't sure who would be rolling the show as I stepped into the air, and there you were. I was right there at around 10 o'clock when you started things out. So, yeah. Hello to everybody. Good evening on your ears, and I'm passing it back to Dustin. This is W2JLS.
All right there, John. Well, great to hear you and sounding good in the radio room tonight. Now, usually you'd get Nick at night on Sunday nights, but he needed the night off, so here I am filling in and having a good time there. We got you on for Bravo and Charlie. Great to hear you, and try to stick around if you can. I think we might have a little bit of an after-party deal tonight, so we're going to say 73, and that's going to bring me back on down here to Texas. We're going to talk to Guy, KJ5ATA. Good evening.
Yeah, howdy, network control, Dustin. Yeah, listening in, glad you repeated them questions for me to ponder over. And as I was thinking, I was saying to myself that for the first question, I'm going to come back with Bravo for Schenectady, New York, for the first FM broadcast. And why, I can't really tell you, but I'm just saying that's, I think, whatever, that the Eastern Coast is where a lot of broadcasts were going to start at, like KDKA and all like that, along the eastern sides of the United States. And then as far as the second question was, I'm going to go with Delta, something about ice cream truck or something. That sounds too far-fetched to not be true, but I think it could be. Whatever. Anyways, that's what I'm coming up with for tonight. So I'll stand by and wait for the answers to come and see if I'm right or wrong, or just looking in space and trying to see where I'm at. Anyways, this is KJ5ATA back to network control.
All right there, Guy. Well, great to hear you out there. We got you down for Bravo and Delta for your trivias, and we'll say 73 and catch you on down the log. Guy was the bottom of the list as it stands. This is KD80PC with the Beacon Net. I'm looking for more check-ins. Please call now.
Kilowatt Germany 7, Italy, Radio Japan.
All right, we'll take them one at a time. I picked up KG7IRJ. Evening, Paul. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. I got back in here just to hear the question. My guesses are Bravo and Charlie. Bravo and Charlie. And got a little bit of snow here in Massillon. A couple inches worth there right now. But I've heard it's going to get worse around New York area. My son was talking about going over to Cooperstown. He's going to possibly bypass that. Oh, well. KT7, IRJ.
All right there, Paul. We got you down for Bravo and Charlie, and we also got some snow here in Medina, too. It was pretty gnarly earlier on in the day. So 73, my friend. Have a great day, and we'll catch you on down the log. We're at the bottom of the list again here. Paul is the bottom of the list, and we're looking for check-ins. Please call now. All right, nothing heard. Let's go back up here real quick, and let's talk to Just Nick. KD8SLG, good evening. How are you?
KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin and all the Beacon Netizens. Good to hear you on a Sunday night, man. Thanks, dude. Oh, let's get trivia out of the way. I'm going with Bravo and Charlie tonight. I think those are the actual answers. And I'm going to say Schenectady, too, because everybody seems to like to say Schenectady. What else? Not a whole lot going on, man. We got a meeting on Thursday night. I hope to make it, but don't hold your breath. I have PT Thursday afternoon. I'm not sure how that's going to work out together because I'm still crying from Friday's physical terrorist visit. Everyone have a great night. Good to hear everybody out there tonight. It's KD8SLG back to net control.
All right there, Nick. Well, I hope to see you there. We got you down for Bravo and Charlie for your trivia answers, and I'm stealing your answers, too, because that was my thought. And who doesn't like to say Schenectady there? So we'll say 73 to you. Have a great evening, and I hope to catch you there if you're not too terrorized. All right, this may be an early one tonight. We're going to go to Eric, KVZA. Give us your comments, and then go ahead and give us the trivia answer.
KD8EPC in the group, KE8VZA here. Wow, it's been a busy weekend this time. Yesterday, we moved our daughter, out of our house and into an apartment about 3 miles from here, and 3 miles from our QTH, and rented a U-Haul, and had our nephew come over and give us a hand, and everything went very smoothly. I'm hurting today, and but it's par for the course. So got everything in her apartment okay. It was touch and go with a couple pieces of furniture, but we made it work, and she's in. She wanted her own space. She graduated college in spring and got a job teaching first grade. She has a degree in education, and she's been living at home since spring, and decided now was the time. So here we go. Let's see what else. Trivia. I'm going to go with Delta for the alternate. I think a Cornwaldo bean ice cream truck would be fantastic. Little snow today, like everybody mentioned. I did have to run the snow blower, and unfortunately, I won't make the meeting this week. Work has summoned me down to our plant in North Carolina, just around Charlotte. So it's supposed to be in the 40s during the day down there, roughly, and so it'll be like going to Florida almost for me these days, right? Anyway, that's all I have tonight. Good to hear everybody. This is KE8VZA, and we'll go ahead. I'll take a break and read the answer to the trivia. KE8VZA returning with the main trivia answer. It's a good thing everybody loved to say the name of the city Schenectady, because that is the answer. Bravo, WGFM Schenectady. It was the first FCC-authorized stereo FM broadcasting that they did. Began at midnight on June 1st, 1961. And here's the technical good stuff. Using a multiplexing system developed by GE and Zenith. I guess it wasn't that detailed, but anyway, props to GE and Zenith. What else? WGFM Schenectady is now WRVE, and it was the first station to broadcast regular programming in stereo at that time. And I did see, I forgot to write it down, but there was a station in Chicago that very same day at midnight Central Time did start broadcasting in stereo on FM. Schenectady being the earlier time slot there, earlier time zone, beat them out. And the BBC played around with it about a year later and slowly came up with it as well. Anyway, KE8 VZA back to net control.
All right, thanks so much there, Eric, for another wonderful regular trivia. We really appreciate it, and I got one right for once. How about that? We're going to say 73. Thanks for everything you do for the net there, and we'll catch you down the log. And that's going to bring me over here to our rubber chicken wrangler, KI5DAY all day long. And Larry, how are you and Larry doing, Alan? Give us your comments, then go ahead and read us the alternate trivia answer.
Hey, KI5DAY. Sorry, Larry grabbed the radio before I could get to it. But, yeah, getting better. We both had some of those little Pepto tablets that relieve heartburn. They're great. He had my dad's root beer earlier. Like I said, he got into it and he got a little burpy. He's not used to soda pop. And I'm doing better. I had heartburn, but I'm over it too now. So, all is good. Not looking forward to the bad weather this week, but I'll go ahead and read tonight's alternate trivia question and give the answer. Let me let this drop. You think the question is crazy? Wait till you hear the answer. So a man in New Zealand famously lost a poker bet in the 2000s. His bet was legally binding, and sadly for him, he lost the bet in one hand. I asked, which one of these things did the man lose? Well, he didn't lose a penthouse. He didn't lose a prized painting, nor did he lose an ice cream truck. But yes, he lost his legal name. Not only was there some drinking going on, but the bet was if he lost, he had to change his legal name to a name that utilized as many characters as possible that New Zealand's law would allow. So the name that he came up with makes absolutely no sense at all, but it reads something like this. Full Metal Havoc, more sexy and intelligent than Spock and all the superheroes combined with Frost Nova. So yeah, strange as that is, that's what he changed his legal name to. Lord knows why, but that was part of the bet, and it was a legally binding bet. So yeah, it's pretty strange stuff. There you go, KI5DAY with Larry the Rubber Chicken. Back to you.
Man, can you imagine having to sign your name on lots of things? That would be awful. That's something else. Alan, thanks again for doing the alternate trivia. We really appreciate it, and make sure you take good care of Larry there this week. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. We're at the bottom of the list, and we're looking for some more check-ins. Please call now. All right, nothing heard. This is the last call, final call for check-ins for the Beacon Net. Please call now.
WB9YPA, Mike.
All right, WB9YPA, Mike, good evening. How are you?
Oh, just coming back from work. I had to work, and I'm making an aluminum bracket and trying to repair an old Kai tape recorder for a business that on the side I repair stereo equipment, so you can't get parts for a lot of real old stereo gear, so I'm making a custom aluminum to take the place of the original part. So that's all I'm up to.
All right, very cool there, Michael. It sounds like you got lots of things going on there, and sounds like an interesting hobby or business there you got going on working on those. Did you have anything else for the net tonight?
Yeah, I forgot to mention, I don't know if anybody would be interested in this, more than 150 miles away. But there's a ham fest, I think it's next weekend on Saturday at the LaPorte County Fairgrounds, in LaPorte, Indiana, and I think it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I think and I'm not sure what time it goes to, but it's like noon or maybe 1 o'clock or 2 in the afternoon.
I've got to tell you, Mike, that's a little bit far for me, but you never know. Some of these guys might decide they want to drive up there and check it out. I do like Winter Ham Fest. We used to have one just down in Mansfield, but they quit having it, so that was kind of a bummer there. But with that, Mike, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you stopping by there. We're going to say 73 to you, and we'll catch you there on down the log. All right, Mike was the bottom of the list. We're going to make one more call. Final call for check-ins for the Beacon Net. Please call now. All right, nothing else heard. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, and the Beacon Net crew, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday here on the W8WKY repeater. Don't forget to visit our friends over in Oklahoma on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time. That's on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. They welcome rechecks and switchnet controls at the top of the hour there. With that, this is KD8EPC. You've been listening to the Beacon Net, and I'm returning the repeaters for normal amateur use at this time. 73, all y'all.
Another good night from Ham. You were speaking to W-A-I-L-L.
Maybe it's going to go through puberty before.
K1CMD WAILL. You out there for us?
W8WKY.
PK6XJQ, John, are you out there? WAILL.
RBG, this is KD80PC. You still out there, Shannon?
W8WKY.
KD8EPC, KC5, RBG.
RBG, KD8EPC. Good evening, Shannon. How are you?
I am doing well. Doing well. I can't remember what time this node logs out. I'll have to look it up here in a second. Make sure it doesn't cut us off. But yeah, so how you doing, buddy?
I'll tell you, I'm hanging in there, but this getting these teeth pulled was rough, man. It's not even so much been the pain. This diet of mushy stuff is driving me crazy. One can only eat so many mashed potatoes and soups and puddings and jellos and that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I don't think I'd be able to stand all the mushy stuff. I really don't. It would drive me nuts. Definitely drive me nuts. But, you know, that's the way it goes, I guess.
I'm just counting down until Thursday right now. That's when they say I can start eating things again. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be tacos because we have Mexican before the club meeting. So there you go. But otherwise, not much going on here. We got it was a pretty weird weather we had last night. It was raining. When I looked outside at 7 this morning, it was raining. I looked back out an hour later, and everything's covered in snow. So when I left, it was all just a slushy, icy mess, and it was most of the day. We were under a level 2 snow advisory, which means only travel if you have to kind of deal. So that was fun too, but we made it through it. I was impressed that little car of mine made it through there, but also its traction control is kind of useless. Once it starts, you can't go anywhere.
Man, don't you have a way to turn that off? I know a lot of times you can turn that stuff off. Like in my truck, I usually keep the traction control on because, you know, the back end of that truck's so light, it loses traction pretty easy. So I have that on there to kind of bog it down back there.
Yeah, there's a little button, traction control button next to my thing there. I do press that and it works to shut it off, but I try to leave it on when I can because turning off traction control is a good way to wreck your car if you're not careful there. But otherwise, I can't complain about that. It gets me around. It's been a pretty good car. I do like that it's got heated seats, which is really a nice feature for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely a nice feature. Definitely. And, yeah, it's a good way to wreck your vehicle if you don't know how to drive, you know, without traction control. You know, I grew up on a 65 Austin Healey Sprite, so I learned to drive not only a standard, but, you know, in the snow and ice and everything else. So, used to driving in gravel and snow, ice, you name it, rain, heavy rain. Doesn't mean I like to do it, but I do know how to do it if I need to.
Yeah, this is the first car I've ever had that's got like working traction control and ABS and all that kind of stuff. So it's taking a getting used to there. But like I said, I can shut it off and run it just fine. It's all about watching where you're going. But enough about that. In other news, Mr. Ed's been in the hospital. I went and saw him 2 days ago now.
Oh, no. Boy, I hadn't talked to him in a long time. I hadn't, in fact, you know, when I set up my radio room, a lot of the radios went in there instead of being on my bed. So, about the only thing I keep in here now is a little handy-talkie, and I usually keep it on the Node, but, you know, I got the Node going through 2 different places all the time, so, you know, at 12:45 it goes to California there, and then I think about 2:30 it logs out of there. And then I think around 5 it connects to you all up there. So I got it, you know, all over the place, but you know, some nights I can get to sleep and others I can't. And it's the nights that I can't that I really have a hard time with.
Oh, I hear you there for sure, my friend. And yeah, Ed has been in the hospital for the flu for just over a week now, I think, or just about a week now. I got a text from the other guy that helps take care of him saying that he was taken to the hospital, and then when I went to visit him, I found out that he was actually in the ICU for like 4 days, and now they just got him in a regular room, and they're getting him back to strength and getting his oxygen back up. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Oh boy, what else did I have for you? I don't know, man. Just been doing the gym, and waiting for this diet to be done. Thursday can't come soon enough.
Yeah, I know what you mean there. Well, you know, I was having some problems not being able to breathe not too long ago. It wasn't all the time, but every once in a while it's like I would get out of breath, and I couldn't like get a breath. It's like I knew I was getting air in, but it's like I wasn't filling my lungs. It was really weird, and it made me panic. I'd go into a panic mode because I felt like I wasn't getting air, and my feet and legs were swelling. So my civilian doctor referred me to a cardiologist. And the first thing he did was do an EKG. And he's like, well, he goes, it looks like your EKG's good. He goes, so we're going to look at some other stuff. He's like, we're going to give you a thoracic echocardiogram. We're going to do a stress test, and we're going to do vein mapping in your legs. So I'm like, okay. Well, stress test came back fine. It was a nuclear stress test because I can't do the regular ones. But it came back fine. And then echocardiogram, it found that the walls of my heart are too thick. And they also found that my aorta is too big. It was 3.9 centimeters, which is pretty big, I guess. I mean, I don't know what a normal one is, but I'm thinking that 3.9 centimeters, that's pretty big for an artery, you know? But then on the vein mapping in my legs, they found that I have chronic deep vein thrombosis, which means basically it's blood clots in my legs. And they also showed that I had venous insufficiency, which means, you know, not enough blood is coming back out of my feet and legs. What's going down there, not all of it's coming back well. So I'm dealing with that, and my eyes, the retinas still aren't back to normal, so I'm still having shots in my eyes for the retina swelling. Heck, I timed it out, KC5RBG. In fact, this Wednesday I have my right eye shot, and then the following Wednesday I have my left eye shot. So I'm getting the shots every 5 weeks. I'll get another round. So Daddy's infecting in my eyes because the last time that we did it, he said that my right eye got worse and my left eye got a little bit better. So, you know, he's like, we got to get that up, and so they sent a request to the VA, and the VA said, yeah, we can do it. So I'm getting that extra medicine now on this round, so hopefully it'll be okay.
Well, geez, man, sounds like you've got all kinds of things going on. What's their plan of action then with your heart and your aorta there? Are they going to do anything or just keep an eye on it? And I know that leg circulation's a real big deal. My grandpa had a lot of problems with that, and sadly, unfortunately, just this week he ended up having to lose his leg above the knee because there was no circulation left in his foot, and several other things too. But that was also some diabetes-related stuff. But hopefully they can get you figured out and get you taken care of and running better than new soon. And the eye thing, man, I can't imagine getting needles in the eye. That would be absolutely terrible. That's got to be so painful. I've got to go this Thursday and see an eye doctor for the first time in years because I've noticed lately I'm having trouble reading things from afar and even harder of a time seeing at night.
Yeah, as you get older, your night vision starts to fade. And a lot of it, too, is, you know, as you age, you slowly get cataracts. And, you know, that's what had me really blind for so long was I had really bad cataracts. When they were doing all those laser surgeries, it was going through that lens, and it was making the cataracts worse with that laser going through there. And as a matter of fact, at the very end, they were having to bump the strength of the laser up just to get through the cataract. That's how thick they were. And I'm sure I was legally blind at that time. And then I had that, the cataract surgeries. And that really helped. I just recently, my retina doctor said that I could go ahead and get glasses, that, you know, the rest of what he's going to do isn't really going to change my vision. So I got glasses again, but they're more reading glasses than anything. I see 20/25 without them, and I see 20/20 with them. So, I mean, I can wear them or not wear them either way.
I gotcha. Well, hopefully that they get you all figured out and taken care of with the eyes there. I know it's a pain. And yeah, I've had pretty bad nighttime eyesight for quite a long time. That's why I quit working nights, because I had a hard time seeing what the heck I was doing. So we'll see what happens there. I haven't been to an eye doctor in years, so hopefully they'll just be like, oh, we'll get you some glasses and send you on your way. And it's not like going to the dentist where they're like, oh, see you next week to rip out a bunch of teeth. But on a good note, I know the eye doctor isn't going to try to rip out my eyes. Hi.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, I'm sure everything will go good with you. You're not going to have the problem I was having, so I feel certain about that. And that'll be good. I really don't want you to have that kind of problem. It's not a problem to have. Definitely not a problem to have.
That's why I'm trying to nip things in the butt before I end up having a problem. That's why I'm getting everything taken care of now. I've just been taking better care of myself in general. I go to the gym now 3 times a week. I've given up soda. I haven't had a cigarette in almost 2 years, so things are looking up for me here.
Say that again, you hadn't had a soda in how long?
It's been about 2 months on a soda. I was saying I haven't smoked a cigarette in almost 2 years.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Proud of you, man. Yeah, it's, let's see here. December 6th of 2023 is when I quit dipping. You know, and then that is what caused me to have that skin graft in my mouth. And that's one reason why I finally, quit, was because it was destroying my mouth. And I didn't see any way to get around it other than to quit. And so, I had been trying to quit with patches, lozenges, that sort of stuff, and that didn't work. So basically, I ended up just quitting cold turkey. And I'll tell you, I still crave it, I mean, there's days I'm really fighting mentally with myself to stop me from going to a Quick Trip and getting a can. So I'm trying my best not to cave on it. I can't go back to that now. It's too detrimental for me.
The way I look at it is all the work I went through to quit in the first place, why would I want to go back? And I picked up a really bad habit. When I quit smoking, I decided to start vaping for a while. So actually quitting the cigarettes wasn't so bad, but the vaping was awful to quit. I got to tell you, that was probably the worst to quit. When I only did it for like a month, but I woke up one morning and I spit out this gunk that was ungodly and something that shouldn't have been in my lungs, and that's when I decided that forget it. I threw the darn thing away, and I haven't touched any tobacco since. And honestly, I'm not even really tempted anymore. Now that I'm around people that smoke cigarettes, I think it smells disgusting. I see their yellow fingers. It's gross. Why would I want to do that anymore? And So I'm happy that I quit that habit. And now I try to spread the word and get as many people as I can to. I'm like, quit smoking, you'll feel better. Trust me. Like my one coworker yesterday, he was telling me about having a hard time breathing and this and that. I'm like, well, if you quit smoking 2 packs a day, you'd feel a lot better.
Boy, no doubt about that. That's for sure. Yeah, it's funny because for me, it wasn't the nicotine. I mean, the nicotine helped, but that's not what I was addicted to. I was addicted to the taste of the wintergreen Copenhagen. And just nothing else in the world I can find tastes like that. And that's what I want. It's that taste in my mouth. Now, when I get really anxious, nervous, depressed, especially anxious, I'm really dying for a dip because I know that it is going to calm me down. It won't calm me down enough, but it calms me down. So, given that fact, it's like I know that, man, that taste is just half a mile down the road, But then I'm like kicking myself, saying, shut up, you're not going to do that, so just knock it off.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever get stressed out or anxious or whatever and decide you want to go have a dip, you better just pick up the phone and give me a jingle there, and I'll try to talk some sense into you.
Yeah, I hear you. And, sometimes I do need sense talk to me. But usually I'm pretty good about, about getting them all conquered, I'm pretty good at conquering them. So, given that fact, I'm really proud of myself for that.
Well, I'm not usually the voice of reason, but every now and again I can be, so I'm glad you've been off of it as long as you have. Like I said, my last cigarette was August 11th of 2023, I remember, and then vaping was the month after, September of 23, so yeah, that's pretty good there, and I'll tell you what, man, I think this is the year I've been having dreams of an Oklahoma road trip.
Well, y'all are always welcome down here. Come on down. We'll have a good time.
Oh, absolutely. I figure this time I've got to plan it to make sure I'm there when there's a burger burn so I can meet even more of the friends that I have yet to have met.
Yeah, I forget when the burger burn is. But that first burger burn of the year is usually not too far off of Green Country Ham Fest, which I think is in April.
Sorry, I was choking on some water there. It went down the wrong tube. Yeah, you know, that would be cool, too. I always hear really good things about that Green Country Ham Fest.
Well, I mean, it is the largest one in Oklahoma, and a lot of people come to it from other states and across our state. Usually there's quite a few vendors. And you got all the old timers and, well, some of the young guys too, selling their gear. You know, buying a table and selling all their gear. So it's definitely a fun time, you know. Definitely a fun time. So, but yeah, you ought to come, man. It's a lot of fun.
Well, we'll have to see how things work out, but we're going to make it to one of them one of these days for sure. And I'll tell you what, I think we still got to get a group of you guys to come together and hit up Dayton and then come up and visit us either before or after, because that's a good one, too. I've been to Dayton a handful of times. I mean, I think it's the biggest ham convention in the country or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the biggest. Probably the second biggest is the Hamcation down there in Orlando, which usually comes first. As a matter of fact, I think they just had it down there, and they introduced a new Kenwood that's coming out, a tri-bander. So yeah, it'll be pretty darn cool.
Really? I missed that. Kenwood hasn't made anything new in years. That's a shock. I'm going to have to find an article on that.
Yeah, either it was the tri-bander or the Yaesu was the tri-bander. I can't remember now. But Yaesu's coming out with a new one, and so is Kenwood. Kenwood might be HF all the way up to 440. Kind of a, you know, shack in a box. But yeah, there's a new one coming out, and I was talking to Jairus the other night, and he pulled it up and was reading me, you know, what all the specs were going to be on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I googled new Kenwood radio, and it's the Kenwood TMD 750A digital tri-band mobile transceiver. Let's see here. Looks pretty nice. I kind of dig it. It does kind of look. It is kind of a little dated though. But let's see. It does 2 meters, 1.25 meters, and 70 centimeters. GPS and APRS, D-Star. USB-C, built-in wireless LAN, reflector terminal mode. Wow. This does all kinds of stuff. Oh, it's got a KISS TNC for APRS and packet radio. Wow, built-in GPS. I want to know how much it is. All they're showing here is the $35 reservation fee.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too, is the price. Jairus is, I think he was thinking it was going to be around just under $1,000.
W8WKY.
I was going to say it wouldn't surprise me if it was as much as 12 or 1300, because I mean even their old HTs they've had out for years are like $700, $800, $900 still new. So I guess when one comes on the used market in a handful of years, I might be interested in it, but I definitely won't be buying one new. I think I'll stick with this 5100 for now.
Yeah, and I got that 7100, and it does D-Star. And I really don't have a place in my truck to put another radio. I got my other 300 in there. I got one in my radio room and one in my truck. So, I got those. So I'm more geared for Fusion than I am D-Star Mobile. But, here at the house, I can do D-Star, and I can even do HF D-Star. So, if it comes to that.
Oh, absolutely. I love D-Star. My Yaesu had some problems with it. I gave it to Nick to play with. He got it working on medium and low power, but high power, the final was blown out. So I don't know whatever happened with that, but I let him take that. So I might get another Yaesu eventually. Right now, I'm working on an ancient Kenwood radio. I think it's a TK730 VHF 100-watt radio. So I just bought this kit to modify it from 32 channels to 99 channels. So we're going to be installing that, and then I think I'm going to make that the main base radio here. 99 channels with 100-watt capability. That's going to be nice.
Yeah, that really will be nice. You'll like that. You will definitely like that. Yeah, I really haven't bought anything radio-wise in quite a while. I'm running off that ICOM 7300, and then I got that that really nice amp. Not the 3S, is the next one up. I can't remember it. My memory is really bad right now. But yeah, it's just great having that amp, and it works great with that 7300. And then I got the 7100 hooked up, and then I got my 300 on top of that stack, and then off to the side of that I have the Anytone, what is it, 578, and let's see here, I got my Yaesu FT817 over there, little QRP HF rig. Well, it's QRP everything, HF and 2 meter and 70 centimeter. So I got a lot going on in there.
I really don't think you ever got a chance to tell me how you liked that amplifier. I know you sent me pictures of it and stuff when you got it, but I never got a long-term review of how you like it after you've actually used it for a while. So I'm really interested in that. Maybe you can come back and tell me a little more about that and how you've been having fun with that. My good friend Justin, W8JLA, just bought a 7300, and he's been loving it so far. He's only got a 10-meter antenna up right now, but even with that, he's been having a blast. So, but yeah, how are you liking that amp long-term now that you've had it for, I don't know, what, a year or more?
I will say this. I don't think I could ever go back to a different amp. it is such a wonderful amp. All kinds of protection, self-tuning. It does everything, you know. And you just decide how much power you're going to put into it. And I'll tell you, it doesn't take much. With my 7300, I think I usually put between 5 and 10 watts in it, and I get anywhere from 1,000 to 1,400 out, sometimes 15, depending on the band. But you know, I'm only supposed to get 1,200 out of it because I only have it plugged into 120. I don't have it plugged into 240. So, you know, it's running a little hot in there, and I'm surprised it's not blowing my breaker. But it's not doing that either. So, hey, I'm golden with it, man. It rocks.
Sweet. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it there. I was wondering about that because I know you were so happy waiting on it, and when it finally came, you were ecstatic about that. So it sounds like it definitely puts out what it should, what it needs to. I mean, if you can't do the job with that, then I guess it wasn't meant to be in the first place, really. This is KD8EPC. Back over to KC5RBG.
KC5RBG. Yeah, I'll tell you, you know, they say only use as much power as you need to make the contact. But the only way I can turn down the power on that is to lower the input power, and I can't get much lower. You know, I mean, shoot, when I'm only putting in 5 to 10% of 100 watts, that's next to nothing. You know, and it's putting out that kind of power with that such little power going in it. So I'm just amazed at how well it works, you know. Made contacts all over the world with it now. In fact, one night I heard these two guys talking, and one was in Italy, and he was coming through like he was blowing my ears out. He was so loud. And the other guy was in Canada, and he didn't sound very good. I could barely hear him. And so, but I heard the Italy guy clear with him. And so I yelled out to him. And he came right back to me instantly. And he's like, hello, my friend, hello, my friend. And, you know, we exchanged call signs and stuff and talked for just a minute. And he goes, my friend, I got another friend that wants to contact you. He goes, will you take his call? And I said, absolutely. So his friend turned around and called me. And I could hear him just as good. And, you know, they were in, like, different cities down there in Italy. And then that guy goes, well, I got another friend in the city over here, and he wants to contact you, too. And I said, okay, bring it on. So I made 3 contacts in a row in Italy in the middle of the night. It was like 1 in the morning. And, I mean, they were blowing my ears out. They were probably 20 over coming into Oklahoma. And he said I was doing the same thing to him over there. He goes, you're 20 over here. So I was like, wow. It was a great night.
Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. I have yet to talk to Italy from here, but I haven't got an HF antenna up that's worth a darn either, just 10 meters right now. I have some ham sticks to make ham stick dipoles, but I've got a Hustler 4 BTV sitting behind the house from Uncle Fred. It needs some pieces for the capacitive hat, but otherwise it's all there. So I'm going to put that together in the spring and hopefully at least have a few bands on HF. And I know it's not going to be ideal, but I'm going to run a few radios where I can, the best I can, and just ground mount it and hope for the best. But people do pretty well with those hustlers sometimes. I think I should be able to make it blend in. I may even hang a flag on the top of it.
Well, you know, there was one, I forget what it was. Yeah, no, it was an HF vertical. I do know that much. And when JD put it out on his work truck, he had a flatbed work truck, and it had a steel flatbed on it, and he put that thing on the corner of it, mounted with I think a spring, and he was talking all over down the highway with that thing, talking all over the world on it. And I was just like, wow. He goes, man, that thing rocks. He goes, but, you know, it was pretty tall. So he's like, you know, I can't go to McDonald's or anything like that without, you know, parking off to the side. But he goes, you know, I got to be careful for that. But he goes, yeah, it'll handle the highway load, and, you know, I can talk anywhere I want.
I'm going to have to ask him about that next time I talk to him. I haven't talked to JD in a minute. There was another station when you first came in through their call out, said they were monitoring. If there's another station there, go ahead. All right, just wanted to make sure there. But yeah, I have to check with JD and see what he's using. I know Uncle Fred bought a new one because he couldn't get it to tune where he wanted it to, but that was because he was trying to tune it on 80 when it was only made for 40. But he got the new one, the 5B TV that covers 80 too. So this one covers, I think, 40, 20, 15, and 10. I think that's the 4 bands it covers, if I remember correctly. But then you can add another thing on the top there to screw in, and it adds 80 meters for a small portion. But I don't think the cost is worth the small part of the band that you can cover there. So I don't know. Something's for sure going to happen this spring. I need to get on HF other than 10 meters.
KC5 RBG. Well, I'll tell you, you know, when Mitch had that one on top of his house, I helped him put it up there. And, you know, that lightning strike that hit his house, it hit that antenna. That's the one it hit. And it exploded the antenna. Now I know what lightning will do to it. You know, I mean, it was non-existent. And came down his coax and took out everything in his house. So, but yeah, I mean, he was having a great time with that. It was working really good for him. You know, I use my off-center fed dipole, and I also have an off-center fed Wyndham. It's not up right now, but I would like to get it up. Because right now, my off-center fed, it does, 6 through 80. And my other one does the same, except it adds 160. And because I haven't ever talked on 160 yet. As a matter of fact, I've never even heard anybody on it. So it would be nice to actually hear somebody, at least hear somebody on 160, even if I didn't get to talk to them. But you know, I've talked to a lot of people on 80, 40, and 20. A lot of people like doing 10 meters and 17, and I've talked to people on 10, I've talked to people on 17, but not very many. Usually I'm on 20, 40, 80. Those are the ones I'm usually with. 20 during the day, and I usually go to 80 at night, and then after the nets are over, I switch over to 40, and I'll listen to 40, you know, past into the late hours. And sometimes I'll flip it back over to 20 as it's starting to get towards the morning hours, because, you know, Europe will start waking up, and it's fun to come back and hit those guys, because I can usually pick them up, and with that amp I can usually hit them too. So but I've been really happy with my wires. They've been awesome. KC5RBG.
You know, I wanted to hang a wire here pretty bad, but I don't have any trees in my yard or anything of that nature. So unfortunately, I have no choice but to run a vertical, basically, is what I'm limited to here. But I wanted to put an end-fed half-wave. There's just no room anywhere for that because my lot is so small. So we're going to put up the 4B TV, and I did confirm it's 40, 20, 15, and 10. So that'll at least get me going, and then I can do 80 meters when I'm out camping or whatever, where I have room to put up a big antenna.
Yeah, and you know, I think on 40 meters, I think me and you would be able to talk pretty much all the time on 40, probably day and night. You know, when y'all had, when Andy was doing that net on HF, you know, I even mentioned that, you know, if we went down to 40 meters, or went up to 40 meters, it would probably be, you know, it would pull in a lot more people. And I know he was, you know, I guess the Serenet group just, they didn't want a lot of people. They wanted local people. So, and I could see that, so, and I didn't really press it much, but I'm pretty sure on 40, me and you would be able to talk all the time.
W8WKY.
And that would be really cool to be able to have nice chats on HF on the regular there. That would be really fun. You know, I think the only one of you from Oklahoma I've ever actually talked to on HF was JD on 10 meters one time.
I thought me and you finally talked. Maybe it was me and Andy. I know I talked to Andy. I thought I had talked to you too.
We might have maybe, but I don't know. I don't remember. I do remember talking to JD on 10 meters because that's where I would have had to have talked to you at, because that's the only HF band I've got here.
Yeah, and I just don't know. I don't remember. I know I talked to Andy and I talked to Chris. And I thought I had talked to you, but maybe I didn't. But yeah, it's really cool when you go long distance like that. And, you know, you're not going through a repeater, you know, it's just my RF getting all the way there and your RF getting all the way here. You know, I mean, that's just amazing.
It is, you know, it's convenient what these links do for us. We're able to just pick up the microphone and talk to each other clearly without having to tune around and find a clear channel or anything. But you know what? When it comes down to it, this is what radio is about. RF to RF, talking to each other on the radio from long distances. And 40 meters, I think, would be perfect for that. So we'll get that going here when it gets warm out. Like I say, it's too cold right now, snowy. My antenna's buried under 4 inches of snow out behind my shed, so definitely going to be a springtime project.
Well, mine's already up and waiting, so just whenever you get around to it. Until then, I got D-Star to get you, and I got Allstar to get you. So, and to be honest, I might even be able to get you with DMR.
Oh man, don't even get me started on DMR. That mode confuses me. I think it's a wonderful mode for what it was designed for you know, use in public safety and business and things. I don't think it's as convenient for ham radio. I think I prefer D-Star myself, and I kind of think that DMR sounds kind of tinny to me sometimes. But I will say this: I really, really love my Anytone 868, which is a analog and DMR radio. That thing is probably the best HT I've ever owned.
Yeah, I absolutely love my my Anytone 878. It's an awesome radio. You know, it's built tough. Battery lasts forever. And it sounds great. And you know, with it, you know, a lot of people don't like the sound of DMR, which in that radio in my radio, that Anytone, everything sounds fine to me, you know, unless they're weak signal, you know, and you get the R2D2 sounds. But you know, when they're coming through, okay, they're sounding awesome.
Now the 878 has APRS and Bluetooth, right?
Yes, sir.
See, that might be one of my next acquisitions. I like my 868, but having the upgraded 878 would be even better because the APRS and the Bluetooth is a nice feature too.
Yeah, and there's multiple. I think it has multiple Bluetooth connections because, you know, it comes with the trigger, a PTT button that's Bluetooth, and then you can Bluetooth the sound into a Bluetooth headset. So, you know, with doing that, it makes it a lot easier, you know. And plus, like on the motorcycle, I could strap that button onto the handlebars, and then put the radio on my back or something. And I could even run my Shari node off of a cell phone brick and run it like that. And I'm good. I'd be good to go, talk all over.
That sounds like the sweet setup. I don't ride a motorcycle, but if I did, I would probably do that too. I've been thinking about getting a motorcycle though. I really have. I've been getting in Ed's ear. I'm like, come on, Ed, sell me that motorcycle in your garage. And one of these days, he'll probably do it, maybe.
What's he got?
It's a Honda Shadow. I think it's a 650, so it's a little small for me, but great for a beginner bike.
Well, it's not too small. You're just a giant. Those Shadow 650s, they're great size. Lots of power, too. And just because you're a giant, I'll tell you, you could sure throw your rear end off of it. My bike's a 700, but it's got a car engine in it, and because of that, they rotated the engine like 45 degrees forward, so the engine's tilted, and it has a really low gear transmission, so it doesn't, the RPMs are more like a car, not like a crotch rocket. So, it doesn't have a super fast takeoff or anything like that. It might if I was lighter weight, but me being me, it's not real fast off the line or anything like that. But, it will go a little bit over 100. I think on the way back after I bought it, I was following Mitch. He was in his truck, and I think I got it up to 110, right around there. And that was pretty much the top end on it.
That's still not bad. That's still pretty sweet. I can get down on that, but yeah, I think I'd like to get it. It needs some work. The tires are flat from sitting, and it needs a battery, and I'm sure it's going to need a full oil change and maybe some gaskets and things from sitting for a while. But if I can get it at the right price, I'd definitely fix it up and ride it. I've never really ridden motorcycles very much, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to cruise around. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, man, what if I took a motorcycle trip to Oklahoma? But then I also thought, I'm like, 15 hours on a motorcycle might be long. It might take me a couple days to get there.
W8WKY.
Yeah, no doubt, KC5RPG. I think it would probably take you days, because, you do, well, like when I rode to Branson, what was it, just after Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving, I went over to my mom and dad's place for the day, because I didn't have anyone to watch the dogs and take care of them. And I hated to leave them in the crate all day, but I had to do it. I left out pretty early in the morning and rode all the way over to Branson, and that's a 3.5-hour drive on the 3.5 to 4 hours. 3.5 if you're really fast. But 4 normally. If you take bathroom breaks and rest stops and stuff, which on a bike you're going to have to, because, the vibration's going to make your body parts go numb. So if you ignore it and don't take a break, when you do take a break, it'll be really hard to walk after that. It'll take you a long recuperation. So, but yeah, it was about a 4-hour drive, and then I had to come back that night, so it was another 4 hours coming back. Now, going, I went on the highway, and coming back, I went on back roads. And on top of that, it was dark. So I was taking these twisty turns up in the Ozarks that night. And that was a trip, I'll tell you. It was a trip. It was really cool, too. It was starting to get cold. So, but yeah, that was a lot of fun, though.
Sounds like a lot of fun, but a lot of riding, too. So I don't know if I'd want to do that. That'd probably take a few days. I think I'd want to come by car. It'd probably be a little bit quicker and more comfortable for a long journey like that. But it would be interesting to drive a motorcycle across the country. I guess that'd be a nice trip there. Go to what do they got over there in South Dakota? Sturgis. That'd be cool to go to Sturgis and see what all that's about. KD80PC. Hey, you made it back to the party. KCG, KD80PC. Take it away.
All righty, I'm back. For better or for worse. But I was thinking it logged off at 11:30, not 11. I'm going to have to look at my events again. But anyway, yeah, you're talking about Sturgis and taking a trip there. What's funny is even a lot of the, big name motorcycle guys, it's funny because they will trailer their bikes till they're about 15 miles out of town. And then they'll take their bikes off the trailers and ride them into town. They don't make that whole trip. Now, the people that are truly on a Mecca journey, they will ride their bike all the way there and all the way back home. And, for them, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. They're going to do this one time in their life, and, they're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And that's the way they look at it. The other guys are like, well, we've already done it once, and I don't want to do it again, type of a mentality.
I've got to be honest with you. I think if I was going to travel the country on the motorcycle, it would have to be a trike. I've always really thought those are cool, and I could fit on one of those really well. I think it'd be a little more comfortable, a little easier. That's just my opinion, but that's my thought is I think a trike would be the way to go.
Well, you do know that Remmel bought my trike, right?
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I hope he's enjoying it. I saw that he had a birthday not that long ago on Facebook.
Yeah, his birthday was February 13th, and so was my girlfriend's daughter, Amara. It was her birthday as well, and I had to end up taking charge and getting her a birthday cake because everything just went south really bad, and so I was like, well, I'll take care of it. You do whatever else you need to do. I'll take care of it. Man, I almost went to jail. Too long of a story to tell tonight, but yeah, I almost went to jail for it. But she loved it, and matter of fact, she just finished eating the last piece this morning, so she absolutely loved eating it. She was eating a piece in the morning for breakfast and at night for dessert, so I thought I did pretty good. But yeah, he still tells me every time he rides it, he'll call and let me know he went out on it, and he thanks me again for selling it to him. He loves riding that thing, and it's funny because right after I got my bike, I think, he came over and he's like, here, you get on and ride it. And I was like, no, it's yours now. I've had my time in the saddle on it. I got my own to have fun on now. So the one thing I didn't like about it, really the only thing I didn't like about it, is you couldn't lean in a turn. And I really loved getting on a curvy road and leaning into those turns. That is excitement for me. And the trike absolutely killed that.
I can see where that would be a problem for sure. You can't really lean into something on trikes. I don't know, I guess for me, I think it would be a comfort thing, because motorcycles are nice, but on a trike, you ain't got to sit there on your feet every time you stop at a red light and all that kind of good stuff. Now I'm looking for them on Facebook Marketplace. I don't have money for a trike, but I'm looking at them anyway. Kitty and EPC.
Look for an older Goldwing trike. Mine was a 98. That's what Remmel bought, 1998. Or maybe even early 2000s, because if it's early 2000s, it's going to be an 1800 instead of a 1500. So and the 1800s are fuel injected. The one he got is carbureted. So, there's differences there. So if you looked at like, a 2003 maybe trike, Goldwing trike, most of them aren't that bad a price.
I was just looking one, and there's a 94 at $7,500. There's a Suzuki trike for $6,500. Not a whole lot of options out here, honestly. They're looking pretty slim. I guess this is probably the wrong time of year to be looking for motorcycles anyway. Most people aren't selling them when it's cold.
Yeah, you got that right. They're usually not selling them when they're cold. Which is a great time to buy them, because usually they're cheaper. But, I would be riding if I had more of the gear I had back when I rode the Goldwing all the time. I would be out there riding. Matter of fact, me and my best friend at the time, he's passed away now, but when he talked me into buying that Goldwing, we rode year-round. We just bundled up real tight and hit the road. It was when you got really cold, you found a McDonald's, you go in, you have a coffee and some breakfast or lunch or something, and warm up, and then go do it again.
You, sir, are a legend. You couldn't pay me enough to go out and, yikes, not when it's cold. I would not want to ride a motorcycle when it's cold. Especially here in Ohio, it gets slippery and gross, but, I guess if it wasn't slippery and gross, maybe if it was just cold, I could bundle up and ride a motorcycle, but, I don't know, I think I put it away in the garage for the winter and pull it back out when it gets warm in the spring. Ooh, here's one. It's in, I think that's Indiana. Yeah. Oh, Illinois. Joliet, Illinois. It's 2100. 85 Goldwing. Ran last year, but sitting in the garage now. Haven't turned on since. Don't know if it would start. Throw offers, questions, need gone.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find a better deal than that. You don't want one that old anyway. Like I said, you probably want one probably right around 2002, 2003. Matter of fact, you can do a search. Just do a search that says 2003 Goldwing trike and see what pops up.
Well, it found me in 05 for $17,999. Everything else is older right now. Like I said, I think this is the wrong time of year.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it. I mean, even when I was going to sell mine, when I first decided I was going to sell it, I was going to sell it for $8,000, $8,500, somewhere in there. And see, I bought that Goldwing on two wheels, and I had it triked. Well, I bought it for $10,000, and then I had it triked for $10,000. But I paid paid the bike off first, and then I turned around and tried it and got another one for that. And the shop that triked it for me, he goes, be warned. He goes, you know, people will try to Jew you down. He said, but this conversion to a trike cost $10,000, and he goes, it does not depreciate. It will always be worth $10,000, plus however much the bike's worth. And so, you know, it needed some work, and so I just said, you know, 8,500, you know, 8,000, somewhere in there. And you know, I could see that, you know, every time Rummel would come over, he would look at that bike, and he was like, man, you know, sure wouldn't mind getting that from you. And so finally I was like, Rummel, I'll sell it to you for $3,000. And he goes, seriously? I said, absolutely. And he goes, sold. So that's what I did.
Very nice. Well, when spring comes, well, I'm not going to buy a motorcycle right now, but if I find the right one and it comes my way, then that would be nice. I think that would be the only way I'd want a motorcycle across the country would be on a trike. So that's my story there. But anyway, Shannon, as much as I'd love to stick around and chat with you more, I am dozing off over here, so I think I'm going to call it a night before I run out of things to say there. But it was great to chat with you, man. We got to do this again real soon, and we'll have to stretch some D-Star legs. I haven't really played on D-Star since Nick got hurt there, so that would be fun. But with that, I'm going to say 73 to you, my friend. Thanks for coming back over here, and like I said, let's do it again real soon. This is KDEDPC, and I'll be clear on your finals.
Yeah, most definitely, brother. Most definitely. Yeah, we definitely got to start picking the radio up more. I'll tell you, it kills me because, you know, like I said, my radios went in there, and I had one of my radios, my radioless nodes in here, but something happened to it. The power on it doesn't work, so I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, so I had to take it out of here, and so now I don't have that extra one, because that one I always had on Sarah, and then my node, you know, flops around. But yeah, I'll definitely make more of an effort to get on the radio more, and we'll see what we can get done. It was great talking to you, buddy, and I look forward to the next time. You have a good week. It's going to be a cold one here. Wednesday, I think the high is 14 degrees. The low is 1 degree, and we're going to have a negative 15 wind chill. Right now, they're saying 6 to 10 inches of snow, so should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Have a good one, brother. KC5, real big guns. God bless. On 73.
W8WKY.